It's the simple touches that take a cake from looking ordinary to extraordinary, like these elegant rice paper sails. When you decorate your cakes with this, you add a touch of elegance and wow factor. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make rice paper sails to decorate your cake with. Here are the tools you need. You need a dish with water, you need your rice paper, food coloring if you're making colored sails, pegs, and parchment paper. So you pour some water into a dish. You don't need it to be a deep dish. It can be shallow, but more important is the size. You want something that you can soak the rice paper entirely into the water. So I want to make green cells, so I've colored the water green with gel food coloring. If you want to make clear cells like the ones that you saw at the start of the videos, then you don't need to color your water. So soak it into the dish. You can see why I say that the dish needs to be big enough to contain the entire rice paper without it cracking. Leave the rice paper to soak for a couple of seconds, not too long, otherwise it'll get mushy. Lift it up and put it on a piece of parchment paper. You are going to then fold this parchment paper to create ripples and waves in your rice paper cell. You do that by basically just folding and creating creases and waves. And then you're going to use some pegs, like simple clothes pegs that you use to hang your washing up, to hold the pleats and the folds that you've created. And the idea is to create movements and wave like patterns with your rice paper cells. And they are going to leave it set aside until it's fully dried. Remember I said that you should only soak your rice paper for a couple of seconds. Here is what happens if you leave it too long. It gets so soft that it's hard to work with, and it's just, too sticky and too soft, and that went into the bin. So don't make that mistake. Make sure that you soak it entirely, and it should be a little bit pliable when you take it out, not hard as when it started off, but not as soft as what we started off with. And you can make numerous amount of rice paper sails. I would recommend you make a couple more than you actually need, because sometimes when you're peeling them off, they can sometimes crack, or they might not come out as well as you like. So leave them ideally for about 12 hours, or if possible a whole day, until the rice paper is fully dried, before then taking it off the parchment paper. You can, like I said earlier, you can make colored ones in using this technique, or if you want to make clear ones, then just use it with just ordinary uncolored water. Leave to dry completely. That can take anything from 12 hours to 24 hours. Another tip is, the longer you soak your rice paper for, the longer it takes to dry. Once it's fully dry, then you just peel off the parchment paper. Now, I struggled in this case because I didn't allow it to fully dry, so it was harder. But when you let it dry completely, it will just peel off, and then you can use this to decorate your cakes. You can paint it, you can add luster dust. I mean, you can jazz it up in numerous ways and use that to decorate your cake. So I hope that you try this for your next cake.